Hi, Jen. I wanted to hop on this Thursday, right before we hit June, the summer months, and share a little bit about what you have bravely started on some instigation from women around you who see how energized and fit and kind of in health with your body. I'd love for you to share just a little bit about what you embarked on the last couple of weeks.
Thanks, Hope. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm calling it Women of the Wild, just kind of in the middle of a 7-day Kickstarter. And I think the impetus is I'm really self aware of my body. And when my body feels good, my mind feels good. And my husband likes to joke, he calls me a fine tuned Japanese race car. And when everything is running smoothly, like look out. And if one tiny thing is off, watch out.
Right.
And so I really feel like as women, I'm 48 and I'm kind of, I feel myself into this next stage of life, having 4 teenagers and one kind of about to, empty the nest and kind of moving into this next stage with my husband and potentially moving into menopause and just kind of feeling different in my body. And I felt like I really wanted to engage with other women and be in community with other women while going through this stage of life. And what better way to do that than connecting and moving our bodies and just, making time for ourselves. And I think as mothers, like I'll be the first to say, I adore my kids and I'm homeschool them and I'm with them all the time. And I'm more than happy to put them first. But what I'm finding, especially as I'm getting older, is that, gosh, even if I put aside 30 minutes in the morning of quiet to myself, doing something that I enjoy with other women, I really am better the rest of the day. And it helps my mental health, it helps my physical health. And I feel like showing up for myself, connecting with other women, and moving my bodies are those 3 pillars. And if I can encompass them into a half an hour in the morning, I can set myself up for success. And I want that for other women. And so, yeah, I just thought,
So
let's see where
I
this goes.
I said, Jen, what would happen if you helped kickstart my summer? And so this started like so many, I call it idea babies, so many idea babies. It starts like this nascent kind of wonky idea. You're not quite sure how it's going to work. But you have a willingness and a trust and a courage to go through. And so we did it, you and I and your mom who's in her 70s, met for a week, just half an hour. And I was thinking, how can half an hour make a difference? But it
Right.
does. And then when I put a call out, or we put a call out to other women, and I would say that some of the messages that really connected was give back to yourself. And perhaps the strategy that you've been doing, running for an hour or heavy weight training or like just whatever exercise or lack of exercise you've been doing or not doing, something's not working. So why don't you commit to just showing up for yourself? And many women said, oh, yes, please. And so it's been amazing this week. What have you noticed in the women that have come into your half an hour morning 7 to 7:30 slot? What have you noticed?
You know, it's interesting, and the way I've set it up is we spend the first 5 or so minutes just kind of connecting, saying good morning and checking in. And the women are, oh, I'm tired, I haven't had my coffee yet, I'm kind of sore, and but still showing up, and being gentle with themselves and just being there. And by the end of the 20-25 minutes, as we move into that last 5 or 10 minutes of just saying goodbye and kind of setting ourselves up for the day, people are like, wow, I feel like I've got more energy. I can see the light kind of shine and their eyes are sparkly. And yeah, just that the combination of showing up, of being there, of having accountability to other women and yourself, and yeah, just moving our bodies. And I also feel it's kind of like just a breadcrumb for the rest of the day as well. Just kind of try to give like little life hacks, throughout the workout, and then at the end, and say like, just get moving. Don't feel like you have to go to the gym for an hour. Like walk after you eat, walk in between meetings, walk at the soccer field when you're watching your kids, and I really feel like as humans, like we're just made to move. And I think the statistic right now in North America is 93% of our day we're sitting at our
Yeah.
desks.
And I know
And
full well that I need to be moving. I'm sitting so much, and I would typically, which I think many of the women in the group related to, is I would like overdo the exercise and I wouldn't stretch properly. I wouldn't breathe properly. I I would like cram it all in, kind of like you've been also getting us to build a food awareness journal, not for judgment, but in a really gentle, kind of revealing way, is like pile everything into this like one meal or this one exercise regime. And it stresses our body that is already
yeah,
stressed.
well, I think when we do, in our early 20s, let's say I was a really big runner, like I would go for a 15-kilometer run in the morning and that would like set myself up for the day. I'd get my endorphins and I really saw that as what I needed to clear
Right.
my head, to kind of get into a flow. But geez, as I'm kind of moving into this new stage for me, I'm really feeling like it's a new stage. I think as the hormones are shifting, we going for a 15-kilometer run right now for me is that like the fight or flight, like it's the like flight. It's like
Yeah.
someone is chasing me. I feel the cortisol racing through my body, that the cortisol that's already there from the stressors of life. And what happens then is then later in the day I'm like exhausted. And
Yeah.
that, something that used to bring me life before is now sapping the life out of me. And so I knew something had to change. And that's why I think it's super important to even be in this stage of life with a whole bunch of women and we're like, wait, this used to work, it's not working anymore. And so
Yeah.
just being in communication and having that self-awareness and recognizing like if I'm eating differently, if I'm moving differently, then I really can change how I feel and how my mind, that brain frog, like a lot of women talk about at this stage too, like we can change those things. We hope you and I were together last weekend and we had gone for like a short walk with the dog and we come back and I was like, I feel like I could use a nap. And instead we did a 20-minute workout and we were both completely energized. Right.
That's when I said, hey, Jen, you're a personal trainer who travels all over the world with your, elite surfing children, teenagers, an entrepreneurial husband. You are an entrepreneur. And I said, hey, could you just do this? Try it out for me and for women that I know, because I feel like women inherently have this need or desire to collect and work through things together. It's like it's hardwired into us. So when we are able to come together, and I like the different ages, you've got women in their 70s, 50s, 40s. It feels so natural and it feels possible. And I want to thank you. And I know the women in the group are benefiting. How's it for you, Jen, to focus on this idea for you? Like you're often helping your boys and homeschooling and supporting other people with their business. You help other people with homeschooling their kids and you help your husband with his business. How is it for you to explore this idea, baby?
It's been really fun. It's actually really energizing. And the things that I'm noticing are if I do something and I can feel the energy of the group. And when I'm done, I feel more energized, then it's something I want to keep, pouring into. I've definitely recognized over the years the situations where, I do something and at the end I just feel depleted, and this is the opposite for me. I feel like I have the knowledge from being a personal trainer. I kind of live in a very self-aware, very like uh, here and now and go-getter kind of personality. And I just feel like when I'm with a group of women, I feel completely connected and engaged. And it's just like it's definitely filling my cup and it's stretching me in a really great way. Like I'm learning, I get to be creative. I've recorded a couple of the sessions just for my own personal to be able to watch them after. I've been watching them with my 14-year-old twins and they're giving me their feedback and they're not their objective criticisms. And it's been
I
really
love
fun.
that they care. I love that they care.
Yeah. And
That's
it's,
great.
well, I said, maybe we'll have a bring your kid onto the mat day. And they were laughing and saying,
Alfie
that'd be
wants to.
fun.
Alfie wants to. Sophia's not into it, but Alfie keeps saying, "What
Yeah.
are you doing every morning? You're really committed, Mom." And it's 7 days you're being 6 days a week, which is amazing. And I think when you show up for yourself, whether you're delivering this to other people for you or you're receiving this amazing community and moving your body, it feels like you're honoring your word, which I have to say builds this self-trust and self-love element that I think we as humans all need.
For sure. And I think, as women, like we're also taught this in society, don't add more to your day, don't add more to your schedule, like try to take things away. And so, when you're, given a new offering, you have to sit there and weigh the pros and cons and like check in with your values and try to figure out if it's right for you. But I feel like for this stage of life and be like, just this 30 minutes, I can do this. This isn't like I don't have to purchase equipment. I can use what I've got around the house. Like we travel a lot. We're not in one place. And, a yoga mat and a couple of hand weights, or like I was mentioning to the group this morning, you can
Mhm.
grab some Campbell's soup cans. You can grab, a stack of papers or a book, and really just adding just a little bit of resistance. Like if you can do it wherever you are. And I think that's the key, is just to make it simple and effective.
Totally. So, Jen, do you have ideas for next week, or do you want to take a pause and explore what you're going to be offering? Because I know as it comes to an end this week, everybody's like, "Can we keep going?" I know I am. Any thoughts, any
Yeah.
ideas for what you want to offer?
Yeah. So new ideas are kind of sprouting. I've two of the ladies that came, like I mentioned, my mom and then another woman in their 70s. I was thinking it would be really great to differentiate the group. And I think I would take it like down a notch for that stage of life and just be a lot more, do things a little bit slower and make sure that, the ladies are feeling like they're, equipped to do the exercises. And so I think differentiating a little bit might be great. I think I would love to keep it going. I would love to figure out, even maybe during the summer, to do some things in person. I've had actually someone reach out and say, can I, would you do one-on-one with me? And to be a little more flexible with scheduling. I do think that connecting is great. And I think doing it in a group, you know, is optimal, because I do think that third pillar is important. But I also recognize that some people have, schedule conflicts, or other people are really feeling like they want something way more personal, or they have a goal and that I can help them meet. And so, yeah, lots of different paths moving forward, and just excited about them, kind of just staying open to things and being curious about like where this could go, and not feeling like I have to put it in a box, kind of just happy to explore where it's leading me.
Well, I'm excited. I'm going to be right there, hopefully feeling the benefits of your idea baby flourishing. And I will make sure to share it with other people how to reach Jen and hop on this beautiful train together. Thanks so much for sharing this morning.
Thanks, Hope. Thanks for being part of the impetus to get this going, and so happy to be on this journey with you.
I appreciate you.